Let's get straight to the point. Number 8. The elixir of life that you're ignoring. Listen up, you shriveled little raisin. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You're sitting there scrolling through this thinking you need some complex neuro hack to unlock your inner genius, but your brain is basically begging for a glass of water. It's roughly 75% water, for crying out loud. When you're dehydrated, even just a tiny percentage, your cognitive abilities take a nosedive faster than your motivation on a Monday morning. We're talking brain fog, terrible concentration, and the emotional stability of a toddler who dropped their ice cream cone. You think that third triple shot espresso is going to fix it? Please, that's just borrowing energy from tomorrow while dehydrating you even more today. Here's a fun science fact to haunt your dreams. Studies show that mild dehydration can actually cause your brain tissue to shrink away from your skull. You are literally having a small brain moment. So, before you go buying some sketchy, overpriced nootropic supplements from a guy in a lab coat on the internet, try this revolutionary, cutting-edge biohack. Drink some plain, boring H2O. Your gray matter will thank you by actually functioning for once. Stop being a dried-up raisin. Be a grape, a plump, juicy, intelligent grape. Now drink up, genius.
Number 7. The Great Wall of Silence. For your sanity. Shut up. No, seriously, stop the noise. You live in a world that's basically a non-stop, high-speed collision of notifications, leaf blowers, and that one coworker who thinks their weekend plans are public record. Your brain is under constant siege by sensory overload, a fancy term for your gray matter being absolutely cooked by input. Here's the psychological kicker. Constant noise spikes your cortisol levels, putting you in a perpetual state of low-level fight or flight. You can't solve complex problems if your brain thinks a tiger is stalking you because of a TikTok notification. Enter the silence protocol. Dedicate 10 minutes, just 10, to absolute soul-crushing silence. No music, no podcasts, no lo-fi beats to study to. Research shows that 2 minutes of silence can be more relaxing than listening to relaxing music, as it allows your brain to engage the default mode network and actually process the garbage you've collected all day. Think of it as hitting the empty trash button on your desktop. If you can't handle 10 minutes of your own thoughts without vibrating out of your skin, that's exactly why you need this. It's not doing nothing, it's a high-performance reboot for your prefrontal cortex. Now, zip it and let your neurons actually hear themselves think for a change. Number 6. The multitasking myth, or how to fail at everything at once. You think you're a productivity god because you have 19 tabs open while listening to a meeting and texting your mom back. Newsflash, you're not a god, you're a cognitive disaster. Humans are physically incapable of multitasking. What you're actually doing is task switching, and every time you toggle between that spreadsheet and a cat video, you pay a switching cost. Your brain leaks mental energy like a rusty bucket, and it takes an average of 23 minutes to get back into deep focus after a single distraction. You're literally making yourself dumber. Research from Stanford suggests that heavy multitaskers, people who think they're great at it, are actually worse at filtering out irrelevant information and are slower at switching tasks than people who do one thing at a time. It's like trying to run a marathon while stopping every 10 feet to do a Sudoku puzzle. You aren't getting more done, you're just doing everything poorly with a side of high blood pressure. If you want to actually boost your brain power, try the radical, ancient art of monotasking. Pick one thing. Do that one thing until it's dead. Put your phone in another room, lock the door, and tell the world to kick rocks. Your brain wasn't built for a million pings, it was built to hunt. Stop being the prey. Number 5. The morning light show. Stop being a cave dweller. You wake up and the first thing you do is stare at your phone like a moth to a digital flame. Congratulations, you've just told your brain it's time to be anxious before you've even blinked. Your brain doesn't want blue light from a screen, it wants the actual sun. This isn't some hippy-dippy connect with nature garbage, it's hard biology. When photons hit your eyes in the morning, they trigger the suprachiasmatic nucleus, basically your brain's master clock.
This tells your body to stop producing melatonin and start dumping cortisol and serotonin to get you moving. If you stay in your dark, depressing room with the curtains drawn, your brain stays in a chemical limbo, wondering if it's still 3 a.m. in a cave. This leads to circadian misalignment, which is just a fancy way of saying you'll feel like a zombie all day and then struggle to sleep at night. Get outside for 10 minutes. Even if it's cloudy, the lux levels outside are massively higher than your pathetic office lamp. You're setting a timer for your sleep later tonight the moment you step into the light. Think of it as charging your internal battery for free. Stop living like a golem in a basement and go find a photon. Your mood, focus, and sleep quality literally depend on it.
Number 4. The movement miracle, or stop rotting in your chair. You're sitting there like a sentient potato, thinking your brain is doing its best work because your body isn't moving. Wrong! Your brain evolved to function while you are hunting mammoths, not while you are hunched over like a question mark at a desk. When you stay sedentary, your blood flow drops, and your brain starts to hibernate. To sharpen your mind, you need BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Scientists call this miracle grow for the brain. It repairs failing neurons, protects healthy ones, and helps grow new ones in the hippocampus, the part of your head responsible for memory. You don't need to be a gym rat. Just 20 minutes of getting your heart rate up, walking fast enough that you can't easily gossip, floods your system with this cognitive fertilizer. If you're stuck on a problem, stop staring at the screen. Get up and move. Movement is the fuel for intelligence, and right now your tank is empty. Don't be a potato. Be a high-performance machine. Your neurons are begging.
Number 3. The Incompetence Challenge. Embrace being terrible. You've spent years getting good at your boring job and your predictable hobbies. You're comfortable. And that, my friend, is where your brain goes to die. When you stop being a beginner, your neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself, starts to calcify like an old pipe. To keep your mind sharp, you need to intentionally suck at something new. This isn't about being a polymath, it's about forcing your brain to build new neural pathways. It's called cognitive reserve. By learning a difficult skill, like a new language, the cello, or even juggling, you're literally thickening the myelin sheaths around your neurons, making your brain faster and more resilient against aging. Most people are too fragile to be bad at anything, so they stay safely mediocre forever. Don't be that guy. Pick something that makes you feel like an idiot and do it for 20 minutes. The frustration you feel, that's the sound of your brain actually growing. Being an expert is a trap. Being a perpetual student is the real cheat code for life. So go ahead and fail spectacularly at something today. Your future non-senile self will thank you for the embarrassment. It's better to be a clumsy novice with a growing brain than a pro with a mind that's basically a closed museum. Go break some neurons and stop worrying about your ego for once.
Number 2. The Boredom Renaissance, or put the phone down, junkie. When was the last time you sat still for 5 minutes without reaching for your phone like a twitchy junkie looking for a fix? Probably never. You're addicted to the tiny hits of dopamine every swipe provides. But here's the truth. Your brain is drowning in input and starving for space. When you're constantly stimulated, your dopamine receptors downregulate. They become less sensitive, meaning you need more noise just to feel normal. This leaves you feeling restless and about as creative as a cardboard box. You need the Boredom Renaissance. True brilliance happens in the gaps. When you let yourself be bored, your brain enters the default mode network. This isn't idling, it's the state where your mind consolidates memories and generates those aha moments you'll never find in a comment section. By constantly filling the time, you are murdering your own potential. Put the phone down, stare at a wall, and let your brain breathe. If you can't handle being alone with your thoughts, your internal world is a mess. Fix it.
Number 1. The sleep defense, the only hack that actually matters. Sleep isn't some lazy luxury you get around to when you're done being a productivity martyr. It's a high-stakes biological power wash for your skull. While you're passed out, your brain activates the glymphatic system. Think of it as a tiny, aggressive crew of janitors flushing out metabolic waste, specifically beta amyloid, that toxic sludge linked to cognitive decline. If you skip sleep, you're basically letting trash pile up in your brain's hallways until you can't even find your keys, let alone a creative thought. You think pulling an all-nighter makes you a grind-set hero? Psychology says after 19 hours without rest, your cognitive impairment is the same as being legally drunk. You're trying to navigate life with the IQ of a fermented potato. Sleep is when your brain moves information into long-term storage. Without it, your learning is just a leaky bucket. Stop bragging about your 4-hour nights. You aren't a machine, you're just a walking catastrophe. Go to bed and let the janitors work. Your genius is buried under mental garbage. If your brain actually learns something, hit like and subscribe. We post daily to keep your gray matter from rotting. Share this with someone who's currently acting like a sentient potato. Now get out of here and go do something useful. See you tomorrow.